Right, I believe we are live, hopefully. A little bit late because of a technical issue. Hopefully you guys are on this live as opposed to the one that was scheduled wrongly. So let's just get everything set up. Hopefully you guys can hear me, see me. Right, so I believe it's working now. Yeah, there was a technical issue along the way some way. So hopefully, like I said, you guys can hear me and see me. If you can, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cancel this one and see you guys next week. Let me get rid of this because I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Hopefully you guys, if you can hear me, hopefully you guys are having a good Monday at the moment. Where are we? Comments. Right, yeah, so they're starting to come through. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, apologies. Don't know what went wrong with the software and YouTube, so I had to reschedule it quickly. So we're about 10-15 minutes late. But you guys are coming through now, so hopefully the rest of the ones who was watching or waiting for the old link will come through to this one. Yeah, so welcome to another Monday Live. Like I said, a little bit late. Appreciate you guys still turning up. I think the error was on my part, not YouTube's part. If you guys got any questions about your ferry test, driving test, anything driving related, put it in the chat. The new faces, welcome along. Let me start to say hello to some of you guys. Elise, hello, welcome. Thank you for that. You guys can hear me, hopefully see me as well. Cinnamon, welcome. Oops, sort that back out. Welcome. Thank you very much and welcome. SDK, I don't thank God I'm here today. Lucky enough you're here today. I almost wasn't because technical issues, but welcome. Welcome, Portia, welcome. Grace is saying hello to everyone and welcome, Grace. Hopefully you are fine. Faye, welcome. Again, Faye saying hello to everyone. I love when you guys are talking to each other. Creates a nice vibe as well. Norbert, I've not seen your name before, but welcome. I've got my ferry tomorrow morning. I've barely had time to revise and advice on what I should do. Well, if your test is tomorrow, you can't cancel. That's, well, not without losing your fee anyway. The only thing I would suggest you do is cram tonight, watch some of the videos. If you haven't already, there's a playlist, Study With Me, and there's one that I'm doing as well. Practice Makes You Better. It's got the whole categories in there. And it gives you like the Study With Me series is a 20-question mock test, and the Practice With Me is a 30-question mock test, and it gives you a head start in terms of that. So that's what I would do. When you go into the test tomorrow, I would definitely take your time, read the questions carefully, read your answers very carefully, and make sure you go for the safety option. If you don't know what the answer is, flag it, move on, and then go back to the questions when you've got more time. But I'll definitely take my time tomorrow and try to cram as much as you possibly can tonight. Well, the question I would have to ask you is, why did you book a test without getting any studying done? Because even if you pass it tomorrow, your knowledge is still going to be weak. But on a positive note, you haven't failed it or passed it, so go and do your best tomorrow. And I wish you good luck with that. Hello and welcome. And 25 past my ferry test, score 44. Well done to you, JDR, Jador. 61 has perceptions really high. Well done for passing. Let me know in the chat what your next steps are. Simply Me, welcome. It's nice to see you back. Yeah, Jador, let me know what your next step is, whether it's going to be driving lessons or a driving test. It's good to know what you guys' next steps are. He's always shouting, but don't take it personal, people. Hello and welcome. Another pass. Thank you so much. I passed with 50 for questions and 58. Fifth full house. Well done to you. Congratulations. Not many people get 50 out of 50. So well done to you. Again, let me know in the chat what your next step is, whether it's going to be driving lessons or a driving test. Patricia Brown. I'm well, thank you. Hopefully you are well as well. Right. So, sorry, yes, you mentioned that last week, I think it was. I'm sorry to keep calling you a he. Right, so let me just quickly explain for the newcomers how it works. I do an overview, which I'm going to do now. This week, last week we done all has a perception, so hopefully you guys recovered for that. We're going back to almost normality. We're doing a 20 question mock test, but I'm setting the questions this time to really test your knowledge, not the app questions. I'm setting the questions, I'm setting the answers. No problem, Joy. Next step, driving lessons. Okay, I'm assuming that you're going to be looking for an instructor. What part of the country you're at? Just let me know where you're looking to take your driving lessons. Right, so let me just quickly do the overview, how this works. I never assume that you guys know how the theory test works because we're always getting new faces. Again, if you've got any questions, still put it in the chat. I'm still monitoring that. So the theory test is 50 questions. It's made up of 14 categories and they will take questions from all the categories to make up your 50. So you may get 5 road signs, 3 safety in your vehicle, 2 vulnerable road users, that type of thing. And that's the reason why I keep saying study the categories, because you don't know how many questions you're going to get from each category. So it's 50 questions. You have to get 43 out of 50 to pass that side of things. You have 57 minutes. It's multiple choice where you select one answer. It used to be where you can select 2 in some cases, but I believe now they always go down to select 1 out of the 4 options you have. And as I said, you've got 57 minutes. If you're not sure about the answer, don't stress and panic about it. Just flag it, move on, and then go back to the flagged ones with the time that you have remaining, so you're not stressing out that you're going to run out of time. And not many people get close to 57 minutes if you've done the studying in advance. If you haven't done any study, you may take a lot more time. But if you have to take it, take it. It's not a problem with that. Then once you've done the questions, you now move on to the hazard perception, where you need to get 44 out of 75. It's 14 video clips. 13 of them have single hazards, where you can score a maximum of 5. And one of them's got a double hazard where it's 2 5s. You have to average at least a 3 across the board. For that, if your average is below 3, you're going to fail. So ideally you want 5s and 4s. On your double, you want an 8 or a 9, ideally, to keep the average up, just in case you get a couple of 2s, 1s, and even a few 0s. You can pass with getting 0s. It just means that you have to get more 5s and 4s with that. There's no trick questions. As you guys doing your mock test, sometimes it can sound like they're trying to trick you. It's not. It's just worded badly, written badly, so it comes across like a trick, but there's no trick questions. All they're looking for is terms of safety. That's all it is. Safe, 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 safe. And that's all they're looking for. If it doesn't lead to a safe answer, they're looking for a controlled answer. And that's normally your, I'm going to say hazard perception then. It's normally your first aid questions, your DRABC questions, and your motorway questions leads to a controlled outcome. And one of the most important thing is, don't overthink the theory test. It's very simple, it's very basic. It's always black and white. It's either safe or it isn't. And obviously you're looking for the safe option. Don't make it personal. They're not asking you about certain things. They're just asking you a question. It's got to be a generic answer. Regardless of what part of the country you're taking, it's going to be the same answer for everybody. But once you start to overthink it, add things in, take things out, make it personal to you, it's now a different question, which means you're going to be looking for a different answer. And normally you pick the wrong one with that one. So that's the overview of the test. Let me just catch up with you guys talking. So this mock test that we're going to do is, like I said, it's 20 questions. Before we go on to that, I just want to make sure the questions that I've set and the answers is not always from the app. Some of them are from the app and some of them aren't. So if you see questions you've never seen before, you've seen words that you've never seen before, don't start freaking out and panicking. It's me who's making them up because I want to test your knowledge to make sure you fully understand the theory side of it. So don't start freaking out. Oh my God, I've not seen this before. Aiden, got a test book for 2 weeks today, getting an average of 37 per mock. Any advice till then? Yeah, keep studying. If you're getting 37, it's not the right mark that you're looking to get. There's no guarantee that you're getting 37 and you're going to fail the real test. And there's no guarantee if you was passing the mock test that you're going to pass the real test. But what I would suggest you do when you take your mock test, if you're using the app, I'm assuming you're using the app if you're getting 37. Whatever app you're using, it should give you your strengths in terms of the categories and your weaknesses. You really want to examine the weak categories, but ideally you want to study all 14 categories in separate terms. But if your test is 2 weeks, that's more to do with cramming, to be fair. So yeah, my honest opinion, I would go back to doing categories. If not, as you're doing mock tests, look at the weak categories that you are getting on the your mock test, i.e. the questions you're getting wrong, and restudy those. But if you still don't feel ready after a week to go, push it back, postpone it. You got 3 working days before you lose your test fee. So if you're not feeling confident, push it back. There's nothing wrong with that at all. No embarrassment with that at all. Hi Teresa, it's nice to see that you're back. Where do you think is the best place to take driving tests? North London, I'm in Crouch End. If you're in North London, there's 2 test centres. They're both interlinked, so it doesn't really make a difference which is which. You're looking at Wood Green, which is near the Courthouse Lordship Road, and then you're looking at Tottenham Test Centre, which is the Selby Centre. If you know the area that I'm talking about, you're talking about the Great Cambridge Roundabout, Green Lanes, the North Circular. Those are the test routes they're going to take, possibly test routes that they take you on, going through Edmonton, that type of thing. But those are the 2 test centres in North London. And to be honest, it doesn't really make a difference because both test routes are interlinked because they're literally about 5 minutes away. And they've got lots of 20-mile-an-hour roads down there as well, which makes it a little bit easier when you're taking your driving test. Raj, welcome. Oh, it's good to know what your real name is, Mayan. Hopefully I don't call you he anymore after that. Lee, well done for passing, 49 high score again, 65 out of 50. Right, keep the chat coming. What we're going to do is start the test. So because I'm setting the questions on this one, what I'm wanting you guys to do is keep a track of your scores and then at the end, put it in the chat what you got out of 20. So let me just repeat before I start this. It's not from the app, not all the questions from the app. It's some questions that I've made up to test your knowledge. So don't start freaking out if you've never seen the question before, never seen the answer before, if you haven't seen the wording before. Do not freak out. Well done for passing, first and foremost. Not a problem, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming back to let me know before you go to work, and congratulations on passing. Right, so let's get this started. So for those of you that are new, the way this works, I've got ABC on there anyway, so it makes no difference. Right, first question. What is the legal requirement for car tyres? That's spelled wrong, by the way. Should be TRY. This is what you get when you're trying to compile it late at night in the UK. So what you want to do is put your question number, so it'll be 1, and if you think it's 1D, put 1D in the chat. So I need to know, because there's a delay between me, YouTube, and you and YouTube. So I want to make sure we're always on the same question. So question number plus the letter of your answer. So let me just repeat this. What is the legal requirement for car tyres in the UK? A, 1.6 millimeters and no damage to the tyre wall. B, 1.6 millimeters and no damage to the tread. C, 1.6 millimeters and the correct tyre pressure. And D, 1.2 millimeters, no damage to the tyre wall. So just type the question number and the letter in the chat and keep a track of your score, because I want to know what you guys got at the end of it. Marion, welcome. All right, let me just get rid of this, so it's not blocking the screen. Where are you? That's gone. Welcome, Marion, first and foremost. I appreciate the recommendation. I really do, because you guys help make the channel and grow the channel. And as long as you guys letting me know it's helping, I'll try and keep making videos. Stephen, well done to you. 50 out of 50, full house, and 59 out of 75. Again, let me know in the chat what your next step is. Are you in Gloucester? That's one of the few areas I don't know. So I have no idea what the traffic's like down them sides, or what the test center's like. But if you're going for driving lessons, your instructor will sort you out anyway. So hopefully they can guide you. That's your first time. I thought so. I've never seen your name before. That's just the luck of the draw. But if it helped you, take it. Score is 48. As I was saying before, yeah, you're passing it, which is good, don't get me wrong, but there's no guarantee that's going to make you pass the first, but at least you're in good shape with 48 if your average score is 48 on your mock test. Right, let me just quickly go to the answers. You guys just put in letters in there. Because the first question, obviously I know what you're talking about, but please put the number of the question and then the letter afterwards. Gonna put A. Grace has gone for C. Right. A, B's and C's are the popular ones at the moment, so no one's gone for D, which is good. Portia. Adam. I think Faith changed your answer to 1A. Right, most of you have gone for 1A. I've got a 1C. Harriet, it's good to see that you're back. Hopefully you're fine and well. Right. Welcome, Laura. Right, most of you have gone for 1A or 1C. So the answer, let's get rid of some of these, is A, 1.6 millimeters and no damage to the tire wall. That's also one of your show me, tell me questions. For those of you taking driving lessons, going for a driving test, the examiner may ask you, what's the legal requirement for your tires? 1.6 millimeter tread depth, and there's no damage to the tire wall, no cuts, bulges, rips or tears is a full answer. So it's A on that particular one. Remember, keep track of your scores. I want to know who gets the highest at the end. Right, so question 2. What colour are the reflective studs between a motorway and its acceleration lane? White, A, B, amber, C, red, D, green. Let's go back to your... Where you thought maybe it's done so not for today. Okay, I did the test once and passed. Congratulations, team. I'm glad you did first time out as well, if that's brilliant. And that's what I like to do, try to keep it simple so you guys remember. When my pupils, especially for the driving test, they come back and they always say, I heard your voice in my head, then I know my job is done. If you can hear my voice over and over saying safety, 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 then you know I know my job has been done. Marion saying hello to everyone. Blessing, welcome. Good to say it's my first time. Oh, Blessing, first time, welcome, welcome. If you've got any questions, put it in the chat. Take part in this test as well. Keep a track of your score. Simply Me, I booked Tottenham 9th of April. Wow, so yeah, that's roughly about, we done some this morning and it came through as March 6th. We got one March 9th and a March 12th for our pupils. Yeah, so it's about right. You've got plenty of time to practice. If you feel like you're ready before the test, before the 9th of April, try to move it forwards. There's nothing wrong with logging online and try to bring it forward if you feel like you're ready. If you're not ready for it, leave it as it is. All right, what number are we on? Question 2. Let's get these up. Right, I've got A. I've got A, B, B, right, you guys, Angie, welcome back. And Angie is saying hello to everyone. Right, that's weird. You guys are going for A, Bs, and Cs. I think some of you need to revisit my video on the studs. Let me just read that question again. What colour are the reflective studs between motorway and its acceleration lane? The answer is green. It's green. White studs is in the middle lane. Amber is on the right. Red is on the left. The D is acceleration lane. Coming on and coming off. It's green. You guys need to restudy your studs. Still coming through the C's. No one's got it right. To B, Amber, acceleration lane and central reservation. No, it's central reservation and the right hand lane, yes. Between the acceleration lane and, sorry, I just getting confused with your answer. If it's 2B, wouldn't that be between acceleration lane and central reservation? Acceleration lane's on the left, central reservation's on the right. So that wouldn't be. But let me just repeat that again. For those of you who's not seen the video, go and watch the video on the channel. In simple terms, it's in the word motorway. R is on the left, so it would be left lane. W would be in the middle, which is your middle lane for white. A is amber, which is on the right of the three. So that's near the central reservation. And then green is your slip road, which is getting on and coming off. That's why it's, yeah, so it's just, yeah, getting on, coming off. So yeah, some of you need to revisit that. So remember, keep track of your score. Question 3. Driving at 30 miles an hour on a wet road, how long will it take you to stop? Again, remember, question and the letter, please. But keep your comments coming. I'm keeping track of them. Yeah, book it. There's nothing wrong. You've got to take it at some point. So don't be afraid to book it and then keep studying. Marion, let me know what part of the country you're in. Another pass, 47 out of 50, 64 after scoring 0-1 of the clips in hands of possession. That's what I was saying earlier on. I think the most one of my pupils had is 4 zeros. For some reason, she started to click too many times. Not what she practiced in the classroom, but she still managed to pass because most of her scores was 5, and I think she scored a 9 on the double. So you can get zeros. You don't want to, but you can get zeros and still pass the hazard perception. So don't freak out about it. But well done to you for passing. Let me know what your next step is. If it's going to be driving lessons or driving test. Yeah, you're going to have to, with your test being in Tottenham, you're going to have to slow down, definitely. Because as I said, they got quite a few 20 miles an hour routes down there. The examiner will allow you 1 or 2 over as long as you recognise and bring it back down quick enough. But if you're going to do it on a regular basis, he's going to fail you for it. So you have to get used to driving slower. Right, what we're on 3. Let's see if these 3s are coming through. Right, here's the first one. 3B. D. Marion, what part of East London? Just let me know exactly what part of East London you're at. 3B, right. Most of you are going for Caroline, welcome. It's nice to see you back. Some of you are going for 3B. Yeah, most of you are going for Bs. Honest, that's a good guess though, 3B. The answer, let's get rid of these comments so you can see, and the answer is 3B. It's 75 feet when you drive. That used to be a common question on the theory test, but they don't really do numbers now. So it's 75 feet when you drive, so obviously if it's wet, it's double, it's 150 feet. They won't ask you in this format anymore, but they will ask you in terms of seconds, which is 2 seconds if it's dry, 4 seconds if it's wet, and up to 10 times more if it's ice and snow. So you won't get this format anymore. All right, question 4. Remember, keep track of your scores. You see birds in the road. What should you do? Again, question number plus the letter. Thank you very much for the super chat. You passed your... Let me know what score you got. I can't... Sylvie, hopefully I'm saying that right. Sylvie. Thank you for the super chat first and foremost. And thank you for the super chat. Congratulations on passing your test. Let me know whether you're going to take driving lessons or looking to book a driving test and what part of the country are you in. But thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. I had last week examined Bethnal Green ground floor, unit 3, Coventry Crescent, and found Sorry, Therese, I'm trying to read your, what, you're in Bethnal Green? I'm assuming you meant you failed it 3 times. Please can you give me advice more? It's going to be hard for me to give you advice on here because I don't know what scores you got. I can give you the general advice, which is the paperwork they gave you would have the questions you got wrong, not questions, the categories you got wrong. That's your first port of call. Restudy the categories, especially if you got 2 or more questions wrong in those categories. I don't even know what score you got, so again, it's hard to tell. My advice, if you haven't already, jump into Discord. At the end of this live, jump into Discord, post the latest one. In fact, if you got all three, post all three in the failed section, and then I can start to compare and see if there's a connection between that, and then I can give you personal advice. But in this situation, I can just give you a generic advice. Look at the sheet, the categories you got questions wrong in, and then go back and study those particular categories. But if you want direct help, jump into Discord. That's your best bet. Right, sorry, what are we on for? Mine is in Tottenham in April 2. I'll be trying to ring. Oh, Angie, you're in Tottenham as well. Yeah, if you guys have got a test date, then definitely try to, if you're ready, that is, obviously try to bring it forward. You can log on any time of day because you've got a date. And then hopefully you can do what you need to do. But only bring it forward if you are ready. That's the only thing I will say as well. And Angie, if you've got a driving instructor, ask him if you can swap it with another driving instructor. And that may be quicker. Right, sorry guys. Let me look for the 4. Right, here we go. First one. 4B. Right. Got D here. Simply me gonna keep going, kill the birds. B. Right, most of you gone for B. Interesting. The most is almost unanimous. Most of you gone for B's. Interesting. The theory test is about safety, and you guys stopping suddenly. Right, the answer is C. What is the horn for when you're driving? Theory test question as well. What is the horn for when you are driving? Aisha, thank you for that. I appreciate the kind words. And I've not seen your name before, so you're new, so welcome. Yeah, most of you, Nana, welcome back. It's good to see you guys have gone for B, stop. So let me get rid of that so you can see it. It's use your horn. That's what it's for. Your horn is to warn of your presence. If you beep your horn, the birds fly away. So if you stop, the person behind you may go into the back of you. Can't be safe. So it's going to be use your horn. The common thing on the driving lesson is either swerve or you're 100% correct in terms of stopping. But on the driving lesson or driving test, swerving, you swerve because you haven't checked your mirrors, so you can't be safe. And stopping, you haven't checked your mirrors based on that. And again, can't be safe. So you use your horn. If you use your horn, the birds will fly away in that situation. And I'll be honest with you, even if you didn't use your horns, Mayan, simply me, put D, keep going. There's nothing wrong. The exam's not going to fail you for keep going with birds on that either. But the safest option, because that's what the theory is about, is use your horn. Right. Question, what's the maximum penalty for driving without insurance in the UK? Again, question number and then the answer or the letter of your choice. Again, if you've got questions, put it in the chat. I'm still monitoring the chat. Congratulations on passing. Your help. My next step is getting a driving instructor. Yeah, that's not going to be easy. Driving instructors are really busy at the moment. But if you are struggling to find a driving instructor, my advice is to go to your local test centre, driving test centre, and talk to them at source, especially if they've got a pass at that point where you're there. Obviously, they've got a space then. And some of them have a waiting list, but that's another way around it, is actually go to the test centre, hang out down there for half hour, 40 minutes, and just talk to an instructor and see if they can take you on there, and then arrange the time and date. Yes, Grace, they're being twisted. The reason for that, as if you guys watch my videos, if you understand the question, understand the answer, your knowledge is going to be a lot stronger. And that's the reason why. But I will stress again, especially for those who've turned up late, these questions, not all of them, are from the app or from the real test. It's just my spin on it. So don't start freaking out if you haven't seen the questions or answers before. If you got 38 out of 43, that's definitely going to be more studying, because you shouldn't be getting 38 on a test. I know it's not what you want to hear, Caroline, but you shouldn't be getting 38 if you studied. If you haven't studied for the test, then 38 is about standard. The reason being, when I do the course on a Monday, pupils turn up on a Monday, they haven't done any studying whatsoever. The average score is between 34 and 37. So yeah, that's going to be more studying. Again, similar to what I said to Teresa, if you want more direct help, jump onto Discord and post the paperwork they gave you. I can look at that, I can analyze it, and then give you better information on how to move forwards. Right, sorry, I'm yapping away. I can talk to you guys all day, but you're here for a mock test. Question 5. Right, let me see these 5s. 5, 5, 5. There we go, first one through. Yeah, Angie, so why didn't you put the answer? You're making your presence known to the birds. They are still on the road. You're making your presence known to the birds. Yep, use your one. Do not stop. Not without checking the mirrors anyway. Right, sorry, 5C. Got 5A. Right, again, this one split, you guys. Again, some of you not putting, I'm assuming that's a 5. I'm going to pull it up there. Without the number, I'm not going to pull it up. I'm assuming that's 5C. 5B. Got A. Right, most of you are split on this. AJR, again, I've not seen your name before, so I'm assuming you're new. Welcome. Right, I've got A's, B's, and C's. Portia's gone for A. Right, what's the question? What's the maximum penalty for driving without insurance? Well, let me get rid of this. And the answer is C, a fine and disqualification. It says what's the maximum. It doesn't mean you're going to get disqualified, but the maximum penalty is a fine and disqualification from driving. So, next question. What does this sign mean? So the upside down triangle. Again, please put the question number, because some of you are not putting the question number, and the letter of your choice. Stephen, I've done that one already. Daniel, obviously Preston's not my area. Again, what you can do is jump into Discord. In the resource section, there's a link. Type in your not address, postcode, and it gives you a list of instructors in Preston. That's what you've got to do. So if you jump onto Discord when this is over, resource section, and then click on the link and then type in your postcode. It gives you a list of instructors that you can contact. Right, be very, very careful with intensive courses, because intensive courses isn't for everyone, because it's in the name. It is intense. It's a lot of information coming at you thick and fast, and you're driving from anything from 4 to 6 hours every single day. My advice, again, let me know if you've got any driving experience. If you've got driving experience, it's not so bad. If you've got no driving experience, my advice is take a few driving lessons so you can see how you can cope. Ideally, do a 2-hour driving lesson, and see how you can cope. But intensive courses isn't for everyone. I do intensive courses, that's my speciality. And trust me, I've seen people freak out and give up halfway through on intensive courses because they just can't handle it. So be very, very careful with that. Hello, Prince, and welcome. Vida, not a problem. Welcome, Vida. Saying hello. John, my theory test on December the 2nd. Just under a month, so you've got plenty of time. There's a few more lives between now and then. Again, if you've got any problems, John, put it in the chat, let me know. Jump into Discord. Again, you can start studying there. And if you've got any issues, we can answer it directly. Naz, welcome. Do you know my exam centre in Islington? Islington. I'll come back to that, Teresa. I'll test on Wednesday. I feel like I can crash, learn and pass. I'm glad you feel that way, Emmanuel. That's not my favourite subject about crash, studying wise. The reason being, as I keep saying, the theory test or the theory knowledge, you're going to need it for your driving lessons. Someone who crashes, yeah, you may pass it, but you're going to spend most of the time at the side of the road with your instructor, him trying to explain stuff that you didn't understand. And as much as I'm a driving instructor, I rather drive with my pupils rather than sit explaining what road signs mean, what road markings mean, because you really pass the theory side of it. So that's why I don't like learning last minute. In terms of crash course, as in studying for the theory training, driving slightly different, but crashing, studying wise for your theory doesn't always work when it comes to the driving side of it. There's something you need to be aware of. Right, sorry, question 6. I'm trying to find the 6, where are you? Right, 6C. Interesting, phase 6, I got 6A. 6B. Right, I've got A, B's and C's for an upside down triangle. 6B. Hera, I've not seen your name before, so welcome. It's a bit scary picture there. Nana's gone for 6C. Interesting. Aisha puts giveaway 6B. Right. You guys have left me speechless, to be honest. 6C. And being speechless for a live is not a good thing. Right, it's upside down triangle. It's give way. Warnings are the triangle's the correct way up. This is upside down. It's the only shape in the highway code like it. So you know it's a give way sign. So there's no mistaking it when it's covered in ice and snow, bad weather, blah, blah, blah. It's a give way. Let me just show you the answer so you know I'm not making it up. You must stop and give way to traffic on the main road. Some of you need to restudy the signs. This is why I do this. So every Monday, the first Monday of the month, I'm trying to do this type of thing rather than a standard app question, because they always come up just recycled anyway. But this tests your knowledge. As you guys can see, some of you still got a weakness in your knowledge. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, to make sure you guys fully understand the fairy test inside out. Right, 7, which document should you not leave in your car? So which document should you not leave in your car? Again, some of you not putting the number. So question 7 plus the letter of your choice. Again, if you still got questions, want to ask anything, put it in the chat. I'm still monitoring it. If I haven't come across it, I will come across it at some point. It's just a lot of you typing away. Darren, good luck with it Friday. If you've got any questions that you want to ask, any concerns, put it in the chat now while we can sort that out for you. But good luck with it Friday. Hopefully come back next week and let us know. And yeah, that's my old area, Sid Cup. Sid Cup test route is decent. Other than the Crittles Corner roundabout, which you probably hear about, that can be tricky. That's if you get it. There's no guarantee you're going to get Crittles Corner roundabout. But yeah, Sid Cup's a decent test centre. The exam is really nice down there as well, to be fair. If you're in Islington, that's a trek. There's not many instructors who are going to want to go from Islington to Sid Cup. You're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for that. But your nearest test centre in Islington is going to be North London. It's going to be Tottenham or Wood Green. Outside of that, you're looking at Enfield. And then you're going out further than that. So it would be North London would be Tottenham, Wood Green, and then the other way is Enfield. And like I said, you're going out further than that. But Sid Cup is a little mission from you, to be fair. Not many instructors are going to want to do that. But if you don't ask, you don't get. Right, sorry, 7. Let me see if these guys are coming through. What is the first one? Val. If you're not seen your name before, so welcome. Right, it looks like you guys, oh, I was about to say, talk too soon. You guys agree on this one, but there's a 7B here. I've got A's and B's. But the majority of you are going for A's. I've got a C here. Right, most of you are going for A's. And it is, again, let me just get rid of this so you guys can see. It is a never leave your vehicle registration document. Again, theory test question, what information is included? This is a proper theory test question. What information is included on the vehicle registration document? And it's a registered keeper. The reason why you don't leave this document in the car, if someone gets their hands on it, all they've got to do is change your name to their name, and then they can claim your car, because eyes of the law will see the name on the document, and it's a legal document. So never leave your vehicle registration document in your car. Personally, I wouldn't leave any of those in my car, but that's the most important one, is your vehicle registration document. That's the reason why. All right, where we're at 8. Oops. Almost just gave the answer there, if you guys are quick enough. What does a continuous yellow line on the road indicate? Again, question number, because some of you still not typing the question number, and the letter of your choice. So what does a continuous yellow line on the road indicate? I don't think you passed last Wednesday. Congratulations on passing 45, 58, decent scores. I've been taking drama lessons and have booked my test for March. All right, you booked your test for March. Well done to you. And whereabouts are you taking your test? Whereabouts did you book it? I'm just still going through you guys' comments. Well done for passing, Prince. I've got quite a few passes there. Topsy, well done to you. If you're talking about the motorbike theory test, yes, it's very similar. They'll have one or two related to the motorbikes, but it's very, 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 very similar to that. I've just seen this, Angie. You're always going to be learning, always. And when you take your driving lessons, you'll understand. Well, you are taking driving lessons, I'm assuming, because you've booked your driving test. You'll never stop learning. I even learn, and I've been driving for years and teaching for years. When you get a pupil who asks you questions you never even heard of before. Right, question 8. Let's take a look if these guys have come through. Emmanuel, if you haven't already, I will still look to get an instructor. I've taught a lot of people over the years with international licenses. The problem with that, you come from a different country, so your driving habits are different. So you need to get a driving instructor to work out what the examiner will accept and what he won't accept. Then they've got to change that. Just because you've been driving for 9 years in a different country doesn't make you a safe UK driver. So that's what I would do, even if just for an assessment. Sorry, 8, getting carried away with your chats. Where are you? 8. There we go. First one through is Naz from the look of it. 8A. Again, most of you seem to be green on this one at the moment. I've got a B on this. Talk too soon. We've got to say split between A's and B's. Right. No one's going for C's and D's. It's A's and B's. Right, let's take a look. What does a continuous yellow line on the road mean? Indicate. Okay, get rid of that so you can see the answer. It's C, no waiting at any time. So a continuous yellow line on the road indicate no waiting at any time. In other words, you can drop off your passengers, pick them up, but you can't wait for them. And double yellows would be no stopping at any time or no parking at any time as well. So yeah, single yellow is no waiting. Pick them up, drop them off, but can't wait for them. 9. What should you, hopefully you guys keeping track of your scores. What should you do if you encounter a 50, other words 50 miles an hour above the hard shoulder on the motorway? So what should you do? And again, question number, because some of you still not putting question numbers, and the number or the letter of your choice. Aisha, just seen your comment. I can't put it on screen because we covered the the questions. Sorry, cover the questions. But your test is on the 14th of October. I don't do one-on-one sessions, unfortunately. You said my test is 14th of October. October's gone. So Aisha, just retype your message. What month is your test? But I don't do one-on-one sessions. I've got a course coming out, but that's not going to be released now. I have to push it back until next January. But let me know what month your test is. You got October. October's gone. I'm assuming you probably mean November. Wow, that's a long YouTube name. Oh Lord, show me mercy. Oh Lord, show me mercy. Welcome. I've definitely not seen your name before. Good evening to you. Right, what are we on 9? Right, I'm just going to let you know, some of you got slow internet connection. Reason. Teresa, your 7 has just come through. Laura, your 7 has just come through. AJR, your 5 has come through amongst the 9s. Naz gone for 9B. AJR 9. C, Portia 9. C. Most of you are going for C's on this, so there's an agreement. Marion's gone 9. Caroline's gone for a B. Emmanuel's gone for an A. Right, let's get rid of that so you can see the answer. It's actually C. And you've got to remember, on the motorway or anyway, you're supposed to stay left when possible. So if there's a 50 of the hard shoulder, it means you can use it. So you should be going into the hard shoulder, reduce your speed to 50 miles an hour. Stay left when possible. Right, 10. What's the minimum legal requirement for third-party insurance? So what's the minimum legal requirement for third-party insurance? AJL, test tomorrow, midday, high noon. Good luck with it, first and foremost, and hopefully you do well. If you've been watching the videos, you know, go for safety. Take your time, read the questions, take your time, read the answers. If you're not sure, flag it, move on. And most importantly, when you're in there, take deep breaths. The brain needs oxygen, especially if you start stressing out. So take deep breaths. And remember, you're going for safe, safety, or safely as your options for the answers. 4th of November, well done to you. Poonam, hopefully I'm saying that right. Let me know what you're going to do next. Book a driving test or driving lessons. Pass my test, driving test, now booked for 4. Wow, that's just around the corner. So it's a little less than a month. I'm sure you messaged me, I think your name's Oliver, I believe, from memory. And you messaged me Discord, so congratulations on that. I did send a message back, if it is you that I'm talking about. Let me know what part of the country you're taking your driving test now. 4th of December, just literally around the corner. Yeah, 14th of November. I thought so. You got plenty of time to study. Obviously, you got just over a month to study. I don't do one-on-ones because I just haven't got the time with that. But again, jump into Discord if you want help, and the guys in there will help you out. I will help you out, and that's the closest you're going to get to a one-on-one session. Just jump into Discord. Once you jump in there, let me know you're in there, and then send any messages, post any question, anything you want posted, put it in there, and those guys in there will help you out, the other community members, and I'm in there on a weekday on a regular basis. So let's do that. Let's get this passed. Get you to pass on the 14th of November. Get it over and done with. Right. Sorry, I've been currently away watching you, reading your chats. Right, Naz. 10B. I've got C. Difference of opinion. B. Right. So most of you gone for B's and C's. Interesting. You're welcome. All right, let's take a look. B's and C's. What's the minimum legal requirement? Let's get rid of these so you can see the answer. It's C. The minimum legal requirement for a third party is damage to another person's property. Because if you have an accident, which stat says you're likely to have an accident in the first 2 years, the person that you've crashed into or crashed the garden wall, whatever it is that you've hit, needs to be paid out. So your insurance will pay for that, but you have to pay for your own car. That's the best you have. And I'll be honest with you, if you're getting a newer car, if you like, it's unlikely you're going to get third party. The insurance company's not going to let you do it with a new car. You're going to have to probably go what we call fully com. If it's an old car, you may get away with third party, but on a new car, you're not going to get away with that. Right, question 11. What's the maximum penalty for using a mobile phone while driving in the UK? Carrie Ann, welcome. I've not seen your name before. I'm here. Oh, so it's right in there. Hi, new here. My favorite is on Saturday the 11th. For 2 times I was like, it's just staying in my head. Any help would be appreciated. Right, when I teach someone, I've got dyslexia, but my dyslexia is mild. And sometimes I'm reading the question, it doesn't make sense, hence why I read it 2 or 3 times. You don't say how bad yours is, but it says it's not staying in your head. My advice to you is when your test is on Saturday, right? 11th. So there's not much time. If you're using the apps, first and foremost, you can practice this at home. Use headphones. When I got someone who's dyslexia, we plug in the headphones. When it's read to you, it sounds better. So when you go to the real test, they will have headphones there. It's called voiceover. If they haven't got it, ask them for a voiceover. If they haven't got headphones at your center, it may take them a little while to set it up. You just have to wait longer, but it's going to give you the best possible chance of passing. So use headphones, and when the question's read to you, sometimes it stays more in your head because it's directly in your head, if that makes sense. And you can click on the question and answers and get read again and again and again and again. That's going to be the easiest way at this point in time with your test only being on Saturday. There's not much more you can do with that. So yeah, use headphones, but practice at home makes it easier when you go for the real test. So hopefully that helps you out. Right, I'm looking for the 11s. When you said property and not a car, I went for... The reason why I mentioned property, sometimes they use property Every time someone thinks about crashing, they automatically think they crash into another car. That's the reason why I use property. So I'm just going to go back to that question. So for those of you still reading that, I apologise. Yeah, property. Like I said, in the real test, from the feedback we get, they do use property sometimes, or they do use car. But similar to yourself, when you see property, you don't think about crashing into someone's property, garden wall, side of the house. It does happen, and that's the reason why they use it. So whatever you crash into, you got to understand it's not yours, it's somebody else's property. The car is their property, and that's the reason why. So if you go for the real test, you see property, that's the answer you're going to still be looking for. They don't always use the obvious as in car. And that's why I said the theory test is written and worded badly sometimes. And it feels like they are trying to trick you, but it's not. It's just the wording. Right, so we're on 11. Right, most of you from first glance are going for C's. Binta, not seen your name before, so welcome to you. Right, most of you gone for C's. There's a B there though. Right, and again, let me get rid of V so you can see what the answer is going to be. It's C6 penalty points and £200 on your fine if you have just passed your driving test. Hopefully you guys know this, by the way. You pass your driving test, you're on 2 years probation if you didn't know, which means if you get 6 points or more on your license in the first 2 years of passing, you lose your license, you're back to square one, another theory test, another driving test. So that's why that's important to you guys in terms of using the mobile. So once you pass your test, don't use your mobile, full stop. Be safe. Right, 12. Which of the following is the safest place to overtake another vehicle? So which of the following is the safest place to overtake another vehicle? Well done to you, Rose. Congratulations. And thank you for coming back and letting us know. Let me know what your next step is. Are you looking to take driving lessons or book a driving test? Laura, when are you going to book your theory test? Got to take it sometime. Yeah, you got to test that really quick because I think you only passed your theory a couple of weeks back from memory. Yeah, let me know what part of the country you're taking your driving. Oh, you've got it here, Staffordshire. Alton Towers. Yeah, well, hopefully you're practicing and good luck with it. It'll be a nice early Christmas present for you if it goes well. If you've got any questions about your driving test, let me know. You're in Discord, I know that, so you can put it in Discord if you want. Or you emailed me before, do that on Discord. Let's get you that test pass for Christmas. Got Doncaster. Busy Liz is here, welcome. All right, what are we on 12? Let's see if he's not coming through yet. There you go, had to read it, but that's got to be booked in advance. Her test is on the 11th. She's not going to be able to get that sorted out between now and then. So the best way around it will be using headphones. But I know from history or past history, to get a reader, you've got to jump through a lot of hoops and supply a lot of paperwork. Just let me know if that was for you as well, simply me. But I know my pupils who need more time in that they've got to jump through a lot of hoops and supply a lot of medical records for that to happen. Right, I'm still looking for these 12s. There we go. 12C. Got a D, so we already got a split of opinions. C. C. C, but the majority seems to be C. Okay. I'm assuming you mean 12. That's future. We ain't done 13 yet. Right, most of you gone for C's. Let's take a look. Right, getting rid of these. It's B. Which of the following the safest place to overtake another vehicle? Most of you went for when the road ahead is clear. Just because the road ahead is clear doesn't mean say it's legal to overtake. There may be no overtaking signs. It says which is the safest place. A one-way street is going to be the safest place because all the cars are going in the same direction, so nothing's going to come towards you, and technically it's always going to be legal to overtake in a one-way street, but it's not always legal to overtake when the road is clear. That's the reason why the answer is what it is. Hopefully that makes sense with you guys. Right, 13. Which colour is used for motorway signs in the UK? So which colours are motorway signs? I don't know about that. I think they need a bit more than my videos, but it worked for you, Lord. So, but I appreciate you coming and letting me know that. Again, please in the chat before we sign off, what's your next step? Looking for driving lessons now or driving test? Or well done for passing. Children's Language School, congratulations on passing. I believe you was here last week in the live because I remember that name. Thank you for coming back this week and letting us know that you passed. Again, please in chat, let me know what your next step is on your journey. Driving lessons or driving test? Marion sending that love to you guys who are passing. Hopefully the videos help you out. The other thing you carry on, if you don't feel 100% confident, because your test is on Saturday, you have enough time to postpone it, push it back, because 3 working days. So if you feel that you want to push it back, don't be afraid to do that. But since you've booked it, in my opinion, I don't know how much studying you've done, but in my opinion, I would take it because I always say, you're obviously studying, you just don't remember it. For the ones who don't study, I would never say book a theory test. But if you're studying, you're just not remembering, take it. It's only going to go to one of 2 ways. You're going to either pass it, which means it's over and done with, or you're going to fail it, which is obviously what you don't want. But if you fail it, it gives you a baseline of what to work with, and then you're going to know roughly where you're at. But you can study, never take it, which you have no idea. But in your case, you said you're studying, but you just don't remember stuff. Take it on the 11th and see where you're at. You may surprise yourself, you remember more than you think you do in terms of the test, and you may pass it anyway. But it does give you a baseline of where to start if you failed it. And if you fail it, come back and I'll help you out. Okay. Congratulations to you in passing first time, LK. I appreciate you guys, you coming back to me and let me know the videos helped you out. Again, put in the chat, let me know what your next step is in terms of driving lessons or driving test. How soon is soon? If you need any help, put it in the chat. What number are we on? 13. All right, let me see if I can find. Can't find the, what number? 13. 13, where are you? There we go. First one's through. B. Right, most of you are going for B's. Right, yeah, most of you are going for B's. That's pretty much straightforward. That's probably one of the only straightforward questions on here, other than the giveaway sign. Yeah, it's blue. I'm assuming, I can't pronounce your name, Tinzi. Hopefully I'm saying that, I always butcher people's names, but welcome. I've not seen your name before, so welcome to you. Right, let's get rid of this, just reveal. It's going to be blue. Motorway signs are blue. Dual carriageway roads are green and white. Red is your normal road signs, your circles and triangles. Right, 14. Right, what's the first thing you should do if you see horses and their riders on the road? What's the first thing you should do? Do you have a test on the 26th or on New Year's Day? No, because it's a bank holiday, and if you're talking about driving tests, they're government officials, so they have holidays just like anybody else. They can have on the 27th and on the 2nd of January, because it's just a normal day. It is still overtime for the examiners, but it's possible to have it on the 27th, which I've done over the years, and on the 2nd of January, because after New Year's Day, but they won't have it on Boxing Day or New Year's Day. Ben, I will have my test in the 28th. I'm assuming you mean 28th of November, again, 7, 14, 21, 27. You've got another 3 weeks, another 3 lives. Keep turning up. Ask any questions that you may be struggling with. But I wish you luck on the 28th when you go to take your test. What advice would you give? Because I feel like I'm assuming you mean I'm overconfident myself. Is that good or bad? That's a good question. Is it good or bad to be overconfident? The only way I can answer that is if you're still studying. If you're still studying with the same intent as you was when you first started, then it's not a bad thing. But if you start to get complacent, studying less, then it's a bad thing. So yeah, it depends on your studying patterns. If you, like I said, if you're still studying the same intent, then it's a good thing that you're overconfident. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you've sort of slackened off thinking, yeah, I've got this, become complacent, it's a bad thing. Questions, why are you overconfident? There's confident and there's overconfident. The question is, why are you overconfident? That's the question I would be asking. You got lucky with that, because I know they're tightening up the rules in terms of getting readers, and the person has to really prove a lot of stuff to even be considered for a reader or extra help on the theory side of it, which is really bad. Right, sorry, what number are we on? 14. Let me see if these are coming through. Fourteen, where are you? Here we go. Right. D. It's the same one. D. I can see where you guys are going with this, but you're going to be shocked in a minute. D. Yeah, most of you are going for D's, and I don't know why you're going for D's, because that's what the theory test says. Faith, my advice is to watch last week's live. It was all about hazard perception. So watch the live of last week. I think it was the 30th. It's all about hazard perception. Live demonstrations on it as well. Yeah, most of you are going for D's. And the reason why you're going for D's is because that's what the theory test told you. This is what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Understanding what they're asking. Yeah, all of you are going for D's. Ooh, Stephen Teo. Welcome first and foremost. I've not seen you before. You've gone for 14A. Well done to you, sir. That's interesting. 14B. You never overtake horses quickly. You're going to scare them and spook them. Out of interest, Stephen, let me know if you're taking driving lessons. The answer, let me get rid of this. Stephen, let me know if you're taking driving lessons at the moment. The answer is actually A, use your mirrors. You need to know if it's safe to slow down before. You need to check your mirrors to make sure it's safe to slow down. On the theory test, I will add though, before you guys start freaking out and put in the chat, it is going to be slowed down, give them plenty of room for the real theory test. But as I said, I put this together to test your knowledge, to see if you guys are just learning kind of parrot fashion in certain situations. And that's a prime example. You're given a common theory test answer, but it's actually use your mirrors before slowing down. Right, 15. In a built-up area, what's the maximum speed limit for a car towing a trailer or caravan? So in a built-up area, what's the maximum speed limit? I'm going to give you credit, Binta. You've gone for A as well. Well done to you. Again, Binta, let me know if you're taking driving lessons. Okay, you're going for driving lessons. Okay, that's not a problem. What do you need a lot of help on, LK? Make it a bit more clearer than that. Simply means asking the question, does anyone here use the test app? What test app are you talking about? Yeah, sometimes you guys, when you read the question, don't go for default theory test app answer. That's what I'm trying to say. If you understand the question, you can start to put some thought in it before the question comes up. Another way of studying, because a lot of you guys ask me how to study, read the question, especially if you've done a lot of tests. Read the question before you look at the answers. Have an idea what you think the answer is, and then obviously if the answer's there, you pretty much know that's guaranteed. Rather than right, that's the question. Let me see what they are saying. Try to work out what you think should be there, and then go with that. But to be fair, the mirror question bit would be more for the people taking driving lessons. If you're not taking driving lessons, that would be hard to know, because obviously you're not being taught about mirrors. But this is also in the videos where I say the theory test and the driving go hand in hand. You're using the theory knowledge for your driving lessons. Not a problem, you are here. Right, I'm yapping away. 15, you guys are here for the mock test. 15, 15, 15. First one. Right, here we go. SMD, I've not seen your name before, so welcome. It's a difference of opinion here. Marin, I'm assuming you mean 15 because you've got 16. Again, you're reading the future there. Right, it's like you guys are going for A's and D's. So I've got another D here. Interesting. Again, another one reading the future. I'm assuming you mean 15A. This is interesting. All right. Right. Let me reveal the answer. Interesting, you guys gone for A's and D's. The question, in a built-up area, what's the maximum speed limit for a car towing a trailer or caravan? What's the speed limit for a car in a built-up area? Before we go any further, just interesting, I'm going to... Sorry, this is my classroom head on now. Dig deeper. Type in the chat what the speed limit is for a car in a built-up area before I reveal the answer. Because I want to help you guys. There's an issue here. Some of you just quickly type in the chat, what's the speed limit for a car, just a car in a built-up area? But all right, that's fine. But well done to you for knowing the mirrors. So well done to you. 27th, good luck with the theory test. $30 for cars. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, but Tinsley, you got the answer right anyway. I'm sure you did. Let me just double check that I saved it. You got B. Yeah, you got the answer right anyway. Right, because some of you are going for 20, some of you are going for 50. So built-up area is 30 miles an hour. A built-up area is always going to be 30 miles an hour unless the road signs tells you different, which means it's normally 20 miles an hour if they change it, because some boroughs, as the mayor's trying to do, is change it down to 20 miles an hour. So if it's 30 for a car in a built-up area, it's going to be the same for towing trailer or caravan. It doesn't change. It's a built-up area. If it's on a dual carriageway or motorway, let me just reveal the answer, then yeah, you're going to drop it by 10 for the towing vehicle. So it'd be 70 for a motorway dual carriageway for a car, then you drop it by 10, which means 60. If it's a single carriageway, 60 for a car, drop it by 10, 50. But in a built-up area, it's the same for everyone, regardless. So it's interesting that you guys are going for 20 on 50 miles an hour. All right. Yeah. 16, what's the legal drink drive limit in the UK in micrograms of alcohol per 100 millilitres of breath? That's a lot to say. Right, 22, 35, 50 or 80. What's the legal drink drive limit? So the maximum you can have without being done for drink driving. Don't be secret. We're all friends here. Don't be secret. Take part. Ask questions. Got my fairy test on Friday. Watch your videos and they're really helpful. Friday, good luck with that. I wish you the best luck with that. Take your time. Read the question. Based on what I'm seeing so far, your knowledge is pretty strong. You're not falling into any traps, so hopefully it goes well for you. Fingers crossed. Simply Me is thanking you, Marianne. Congratulations, Olive, on passing the fairy test. Thank you again for coming back and letting me know how that went. All right, let's see what you guys are coming through. What are we on 16? Right, sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. 16. 16B. Most of you going for Bs. Well done to you lot. I thought that was a tough question, to be honest. Yeah, most of you going for Bs. Got a C here, though. It is possible to have a few drinks and still be under the limits, called units, but it affects everyone differently, so be careful with that. Again, me personally, once you get your license, I'm not saying stop drinking, then just don't drink when you're driving. And if you are going out, let somebody else drive, take cab. All right, most of you have gone for the right answer now, so yeah, I thought that was a tricky one. Let me get rid of this so you can see it. Yeah, it's 35 micrograms per 100 milliliters, so well done to you. Right, in the UK, what's the maximum time you must wait before applying for a full driver's license after passing your practical test? So what's the maximum time you must apply for your full license after passing your driving test? I think I've done that one. See, you got here, it's 20 miles now, you've made it personal. That's the reason why. Remember I said, don't make the fairy test personal. The difference for motorways and dual carriageways. There isn't a difference, they just word it differently. A definition of the basic definition of a dual carriageway is a central reservation in the middle, so it's a crash barrier. So you've got two carriageways. A motorway's got a crash barrier, so they can word it either way, but a dual carriageway, let's make it slightly bigger. A dual carriageway and motorway technically is the same thing because it's got a crash barrier in the middle, and that's what it is. So it's the same speed limit, 70 miles an hour. Again, like I said, the theory test just word things differently. Yeah, it's a UK, or I say UK because Wales is part of the UK, but that's the reason why, yeah. You've got to go for the general answer. Remember, it's got to be a generic answer, not specific to a particular part of the country. I had my first test October the 12th. I've seen the other part of the message. You're going back on the 28th, which again, 7, 14, 21, 27. Got another 3 weeks, another 3 lives. Again, come back and hopefully I can help you out with that, get the test passed next time round. Not a problem, welcome. You are definitely welcome. Hopefully you've learned something and you come back. Right, what are we on? 17. 17, here we go, here we go, here we go. Grace, first one out. A. Done that. B. D. I got B's and A's mainly. At least it's got a D on that. D on that. Binta. Interesting with your answers. Right, the answer to this question, B's and A's, again you've got a D on that. Your knowledge is strong. It's interesting. And you're tested on Friday, you say. Right, answers 2 years, just like your theory test. Once you pass your theory test, you've got 2 years to take a driving test. And once you pass the driving test, you have 2 years to claim your license. If you don't do it within 2 years, you're gonna, you have to do the whole thing again. Again, a little tip for you guys, when you take your driving test, if your license is up to date, it's got the correct address, your health hasn't changed, and you don't need it for ID once you've passed, the examiner will ask you, do you want me to take your driver license away from you? Say yes. Let him take it, and he will send off the paperwork for it to be applied for, and it's coming to you in the post. You don't do nothing, but you can drive straight away. Your pass certificate is your temporary license, but don't take that out with you. Leave it at home. Don't leave it in the car. Don't take it out with you when you're driving. If the police stop you, you haven't got your license, they're going to give you a producer. That's not a problem. So yeah, if the examiner asks you, do you want me to take your license away from you? Say yes, and the examiner does the work. You just sit back and wait for the postman Pat to turn up on that. So yeah, for those of you that's got D, well done to you guys. Right, 18. How far apart are the SOS emergency telephones on the motorway? So how far apart are they? Really helped. I'll watch your hands. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, I'm just glad the videos and the hands perception helped you pass. Congratulations. Congratulations to you on passing your theory test. Well done. Again, please let me know before you sign off what your next step is on your journey of driving lessons or driving test. I'm going to put this up there because you've got 50 out of 50. Well done. Give you props on that. And has perception 63. Oh, you got 43 out of 50. I read it the wrong way around. 43 out of 50 and 63 out of 75. That's a high has perception score. Well done. Right, looking for the 18s. Our first one out. Peter. C. Got B. C. Right, most of you are going for C's. Porsche. Yeah, most of you are going for C's. All got an A here. Yeah, the answer is a mile. Again, let's get rid of it so you can see the answer. they're a mile apart. The furthest you're going to walk to a phone, this is a height theory test question, real fun. The furthest you're going to walk to a phone is half a mile in either direction. Right, 19. What does tracking mean? So what does tracking mean? I think I'm up to date with all. First time live, I watched most of your previous videos. Welcome, Rachel. Hopefully the videos are helping you. Hopefully the videos are helping. Again, if you've got any questions before we sign off, put it in the chat, let me know. Right, 19. They're not coming through yet. Here we go, first one's through. Car pull into one side. Car pull into one side, eh? Caroline's got a. Grace has gone for a C. Okay, again, most of you, the majority of you is going for A's. Right, they're still coming through. Right, okay, let's get rid of that. And the answer is A. Tracking is when the wheels are just not in line straight. They're facing left or facing right. So even though the steering wheel's straight, the car's pulling to the left, pulling to the right. That's what we call tracking. And the common reasons for that is too fast, speed humps, potholes, and mounting the pavement when parking. So those are common reasons why. Teresa, your 17 has just come through the 19s. I'll put it up there to show you. It's literally come through the 19s. Right, last question. Let's get rid of this comment. So, what does this sign mean? So what is that sign telling you? Your test is next Monday, Peter. I was going to say congratulations then. Hopefully the videos have helped you out and good luck with it next Monday. Hopefully, if it's before the live, come on the live and let us know how you got on. If it's after the live, then come on the live and ask any last minute questions, get you ready for it. But yeah, I wish you luck with that when it comes around. Put Johnsley, not seen your name before, so welcome. Right, oh, they're coming through already. Right, 20. 20C. Caroline's gone for A. D. C. C. Portia's gone for C. Right, most of you gone for C's. Yeah, most of you gone for C's. Gone for an A here. Right, for those of you that's gone for A and B's, questions why when you've got 10% in the image. Again, for those of you looking to take a test, I've got a test coming up real soon. My advice in the videos as well, read the question, look at the image, because sometimes you get what I call golden nuggets, i.e. clues from the image. If it's got 10%, you're going to look for 10% in your answer. So you can get rid of A and B straight away. Makes no sense. Now you're left with C, and you're left with D. So we've got one here, blessings. Gone for A, questions why. So this is like little tips for you guys. Again, I repeat why I do this. Try to do this every first Monday of the month. Different questions give you a different mindset rather than the bog standard fairy test questions. So let me just repeat that. Read the question. If it's got an image, if you're using the app that I recommend, Driving Test Success, you can click on the image. If you see my Practice Makes You Better series, I'll show it on there. You click on the picture, it zooms it up, and then you can look at more detail. But anyway, waffling on. What does this sign mean? Look at the image, 10%. Get rid of A, get rid of B. You now got C and D. Read it like a book. This is my advice with this, because some people get confused with this. So you go, when you read a book, you go from left to right. So if it's going up, it's uphill. Because it's going down, it's downhill. So if it's going up, it'd be up 10%. If it's going down, which this one is, it's down 10%. So the answer is going downhill 10%. You can't ignore the 10% in the image. It's there for a reason. Right, hopefully you guys got some benefit from that. In the chat, sorry, before we sign off, just put your score so I've got an idea what you guys got. Let's go back to full send. If you've got any questions, like any questions, put it in the chat before we sign off as well. Yeah, like I said, read it like a book from left to right. If it's going up, it's uphill. And if it's going down, then it's downhill. That's the easiest way that I can explain it. Faith, no problem. You can catch the replay on that. Guys, put your scores in the chat. At least just put hers 11 out of 20. It just makes me it lets me know if it's worth me doing it once a month. Ten out of 20 poor shot. You can always catch the replay, but good luck on Friday. Based on what I saw here, your knowledge, because some of the questions you got right was obscure, so you got them right. So that's positive. That's my aim, to teach you guys new stuff. Yes, it'd be good to see you next week with the good news. I didn't see the response. Quickly type in what your response was. Sorry. Wishing you luck. 20. Gigi, you kept yourself quiet. Well, I didn't see your name, one of the two. Right. Again, I've not seen your name before, so welcome to you, but thank you very much for attending. 11. Yeah, so like I said, all this is, once a little bit of fun, hopefully, for you guys. And just try to get you guys to think outside the box. Don't always think the bog standard theory test question. Put some of your own thoughts into it. It's going to help you out so much, especially when it comes to driving as well. It's going to help you out so much. That's a good question. I think you do. I'm not 100% sure, because they changed the rules so much. I think you do. But if this is what I used to tell me, yeah, I think you do. And the reason being, this is what I used to tell my pupils, if they had a driving test coming up, leave the address the same. It just means the examiner can't take it. And then once you pass the test, you just do everything at once. With that, but I do believe that, but it's a nominal fee. It's nothing, unless they raised it because of cost of living. It's not a massive amount. But that's something you do need to just check out. Just jump online. I wish you luck with that tomorrow. I should make that up into the merch shop and you look and buy it online. Is that question for me? When is your next test? Do you mean when is the next live? If that's to me when the live is, it's every Monday at 4, normally 4:30, but there's a technical issue this afternoon. But yeah, normally every Monday 4:30, if that question's to me. No problem. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate that. But as I said, it's not, it sounds weird. It's not about always doing well. It's about changing your mindset, making you realize, hold on, there's a different way of learning, different way of teaching, rather than, theory tests, doing mock tests, mock tests, mock tests, mock tests. And before you know it, you get so routine. I know what the answer is before you finish the question. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people fail. Because when they go for the real test, they read 2/3 of the question and then go for answer. But what they don't realize, if they read the last third, there's a couple of words that just change it slightly, which is a different answer. And all I'm trying to do is get you guys to fully understand it, full stop. And if you understand it, you're passing. That's not going to be an issue. But it's to get your mindset trained a different way. Because when you go for your driving lessons, that's a different ball game altogether. Theory test is black and white. You're just looking for the safe options. With the driving test or driving lessons, there's going to be grey areas that aren't safe. You have to think quickly and change that into safety. And this is what this does. This is what I do with my pupils. There you go, thought-provoking. Exactly. Thank you, Patricia. Appreciate it. Wishing everyone good luck. 20. There you go. Someone saying you don't have to pay. I'll check. I'll look into that because I haven't told my people for ages to do that. I'll double check and come back with the answer next week for you guys for sure. Thank you, Lily. Doberman for a walk. Or the Doberman's taking you for a walk. Which one? Okay, that seems the last one at least. Right, thank you guys for turning up, especially because of the technical issue tools at the beginning. Hopefully that won't happen next week. Back to normal 20 question mock test from the app. I may use the iPad app on this one. I'm not sure yet, or the desktop app, but I'll try to make sure I can get different questions coming up in there. But we'll see what happens next week with that. But I'd like to wish all those of you that's got tests this week good luck. For those of you studying, keep studying, stay safe, have a good week, and I shall catch you back next Monday. So see you guys next week.